Think about your best friend. Did you meet him or her 20 years ago, or was it 20 days ago? And did you hit it off immediately, or were you kind of adversaries to begin with, and you just grew into friends? Well, in my case, we met when I was 4 years old, and he was, at that point, the kindest and nicest person I'd met. But ever since then, he's gotten that much more nice and kind and friendly and wonderful. So that's why he's not only my best friend, but the focus of today's speech. So there are two main reasons that I so highly esteem him, and they're not his fame or his fortune or his beautiful face or his kindness, his generosity, his smile, his friendliness, or any of the 1,000 things I could say about him. But they're the things that he's done for me. And those two things are the areas of what he brings to my life, but also the things he takes away from my life. What do I mean by that? The first, what he brings to my life is he brings lots of things that I would not otherwise have. For example, he brings unconditional love. Now, I know that lots of people dream of unconditional love, and not just in a romantic sense, just in a family sense or in a friendship sense or whatever. And those people, or well, anyone really, they feel as though, okay, this person loves me, I can do anything and they're not going to get mad at me, or they're not going to leave me. It's really about leaving, I think. This person, he loves me no matter what I do, whether it's breaking into the local pharmacy and stealing 4 bottles of calamine lotion because I got poison ivy inexplicably, or if I were to run over a squirrel by mistake or something like that. So he would, now that's not to say that he supports me in my theft or petty theft or whatever it is, but he would push me to not do those things. He wants the best for me in terms of what I do. He wants me to be my best, and it's because he loves me. Another thing that he just adds to my life is that he cares more about my welfare than he does about my happiness. Think about that. He thinks about what's best for me, and he wants that for me, even if it makes me unhappy. So he'd rather have a miserable Miss Sally, or I guess Sally for him, rather than a Sally who was somehow in a bad state. So if I wanted to get a pet turtle, but I'm allergic to turtles or something like that, he would say, you know what, I understand that you want that pet turtle, but you are going to have an allergic reaction and you'll have to cancel class for about 3 weeks, so just lay off of the reptiles or amphibians or whatever they're called. And that would be that. Now, I wouldn't take it badly because I know that he does love me unconditionally. I'm not going to say, well, he hates me and that's why he wants the turtle to not be my pet or whatever. So it's because of the unconditional love, and it's because he cares about my welfare instead of my happiness, that I realize that he brings so much to my life. In other words, yes, I may be restrained by some of the restrictions he imposes on me, but I'm ultimately grateful for the fact that he does do those things, even if I'm not happy about it at the time, because they're all things that help me to become a better person, and to become a better friend, and to become a better teacher, and all that stuff. Also, he has 24/7 tech support, basically. He's always there for me. I might be in a fight with my mom, my dad might be sleeping, my sister might be in Timbuktu or something, my friends might be in exams or teaching or something. But you know what? No matter what he's doing, he's always there. And how many people can you say that about? You might call someone that really does love you and wants to be there for you, and you're not in a fight or anything, but maybe they're half asleep and they're groggy. Or maybe you're in jail and they need to come and save you or whatever, but they happen to be on their honeymoon and they can't come back from Hawaii or California or wherever they went to because they're far away. It's going to take them hours to get to where you are. So even if they wanted to be where you are, they can't be because of the physical distance. So he brings so much to my life by being there all the time, as well as the first two of unconditional love and especially caring about my welfare more than he cares about my happiness. Another thing that he really just improved my life with, which I already hinted at a minute ago, was what he takes away from my life. Now, what he takes away, I don't mean what he deprives me of. What I do mean is that he protects me from. He protects me from going without. He protects me from loneliness, and he protects me from getting whooped, which I'll explain in a minute. The first thing, going without. If it wasn't for him, I would not be able to make rent every month, because through his connections, he always finds some type of part-time or freelance job, or he floats me some money or whatever, so I end up not getting kicked out, which is a very good thing, trust me. Also, if it wasn't for him and his generosity, I might be a lot thinner than I am now, but not in a good way. I'd be starving. I'd probably be dead from starvation because, well, as you know, when you don't eat for 4 days running, sometimes you could not feel well. Also, school. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to afford school. And yes, it's been kind of difficult sometimes, but he has always come through, and he provides. He throws things my way, and it happens. Everything works out. And new shoes. I mean, you always need new shoes, especially when there's a new. Well, let's not go there. So he protects me from going without. Also, he protects me from loneliness, and that's kind of a big thing, especially when you're in grad school, because all of your friends are always busy with their classes, and you're always busy with your classes. So you live this solitary life, and if your social life succeeds, then your academic life fails. So if it wasn't for him, I would be very lonely and miserable and not happy. But because of him, I'm not lonely for even 1 second, even though I live far away from my family, and I live quite a ways from my parents, and quite a ways from my sisters. So that's really not my preferred situation, but with him around here, it's every day is an adventure, and one that I'm grateful for. Finally, I did hint about that he protects me from getting whooped, and that is kind of a big thing in my life, because as some of you know, I am a writer. So I have not always written things that are politically correct here or in other places, and sometimes I've gotten some not very nice threats. So he has protected me from those things, those threatening individuals, because he cares about me. Sometimes he does have to keep me from becoming happy, aka maybe speaking at a conference that might be really good for my career, but that might ruin my welfare because I would get shot. So he protects me from such things like that. He also protects me from my ex-students' personal problems. For example, one time I had a student, a very lovely girl, and her boyfriend was the abusive, jealous sort, and he would call her during my class. And one day I said, "What is this? Can we please just tell him to not call you at this time?" And she said, "Oh, he thinks that I'm cheating on him." And I said, "Give me the phone." Because of course I made an impulsive decision, which I shouldn't have, but this was my first semester teaching. So I got the phone and I said, "Who are you and why are you calling?" And basically I told him off, and it didn't end nicely. Security had to come over, and I had to get a bodyguard. The school insisted on sending a bodyguard because they didn't want me on their conscience if something happened. So, but my friend was there, so I didn't need their little scrawny bodyguard. I had this bouncer type there to protect me, and protect me he did, because here I am wearing my red FSU shirt that I didn't particularly mean to be wearing today, but it's cold, I already said. Also, there's this one lady at the Coptic church who keeps chasing me around, and she hasn't said, "I'm going to whoop you if you don't marry my son," but she can't take a hint, and it's kind of scary and creepy. And they've shown up in my apartment complex a few times, and they don't live anywhere near here. So yeah, my friend has saved me from getting whooped by Aunt Nafisa, as they call her. Finally, he saved me from basically an existence that would be hell on earth, and it really would be, because he just adds so much to my day that without him it would be torture. Not just lonely, not just no unconditional love. It would just be hell. It would be hell, and he saved me from that hell, and for that I'm very grateful. But you know, I've been rambling for almost 10 minutes, and I am no closer to telling you just how much I love my friend and how grateful I am to him for all of his friendship and his help and his guidance and all that stuff. But at the very least, I can say that his adding to my life, plus his protecting me from these scary things in my life, this is an equation now, equals best friend like no other friend on this earth. And that's the truth. I can't wait to see his beautiful, his gorgeous, his beloved face for the first time when I finally get to meet him face to face. But I'm going to have to wait a little bit because that's not going to happen, unfortunately, until after I die. Thank you.